Do not fear, for I am with you. Have you ever had one of those moments where life feels heavy? Maybe you're worried about your future. Maybe you're struggling financially. Maybe you feel lost, anxious, or overwhelmed by problems that seem too big to handle. You smile around people, but deep inside you're tired. And sometimes fear becomes so loud in your mind that you start asking yourself, what if things don't work out? What if I fail? What if I'm not strong enough? If you've ever felt that way, then today's message is for you. Because there is one verse in the Bible that feels like God speaking directly to our fears. It says, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you." Isaiah 41:10. Now, I want you to really think about this verse. The first thing God says is, do not fear. But here's something important. God is not pretending fear doesn't exist, because fear is real. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of uncertainty, fear of losing something important, fear that things will never get better. We all experience fear. Even the strongest people you know have moments when they feel uncertain. But what makes this verse powerful is this. God doesn't just say, don't be afraid. He gives a reason, for I am with you. Think about that for a moment. Imagine a child walking through a dark room alone. Everything feels scary. Every sound feels dangerous. But suddenly their parent walks beside them and holds their hand. The room didn't change. The darkness didn't disappear instantly. But something changed inside the child. They no longer felt alone. And sometimes life feels exactly like that dark room. You don't know what tomorrow holds. You don't know how things will work out. You don't know if you're going to make it through the season you're in. But Isaiah 41:10 reminds us, you are not walking alone. God is saying, I am with you in the uncertainty. I am with you in your struggles. I am with you in the waiting. And maybe someone listening to this right now needs to hear that, because fear has been controlling your thoughts. You've been overthinking, worrying, imagining worst-case scenarios, losing sleep because of problems that haven't even happened yet. But what if the battle is not your situation? What if the real battle is fear itself? Because fear has a way of convincing us that we are alone. Fear tells us, you're not going to make it. You're not strong enough. Things are falling apart. But faith says, God is still with me. Then the verse continues, do not be dismayed, for I am your God. Dismayed means discouraged, overwhelmed, broken in spirit. Have you ever felt emotionally exhausted? Like you're trying so hard, but nothing seems to be changing? Like no matter what you do, life keeps pushing back. Sometimes discouragement is harder than fear, because fear attacks your future, but discouragement attacks your hope. And when hope starts fading, people begin to feel stuck. But notice something beautiful in this verse. God says, I am your God. In other words, you don't have to carry everything by yourself. Many of us are trying to carry the weight of life alone. We carry stress, pressure, anxiety, disappointments, past mistakes. We try to control everything because we're afraid of what happens if we don't. But maybe today, God is asking you to stop carrying what was never meant for you to carry alone. Then comes one of the most powerful promises in this verse. I will strengthen you and help you. Notice God didn't say, you will always feel strong, because there will be days when you feel weak, days when motivation disappears, days when you question yourself, days when you feel emotionally drained. But strength is not about never feeling weak. Strength is continuing even when you are weak. And sometimes the greatest strength comes from knowing, I don't have to do this alone. God says, I will strengthen you. That means when you feel tired, He gives endurance. When you feel lost, He gives direction. When you feel broken, He gives peace. When fear tells you to quit, He gives courage to keep going. And maybe the breakthrough you're praying for hasn't happened yet. Maybe life still feels uncertain. Maybe things still don't make sense. But this verse reminds us of something powerful. Just because you can't see the way doesn't mean God isn't guiding you. Think about how many times in life you survived moments you thought would break you. The heartbreak, the rejection, the struggle, the sleepless nights, the setbacks. Yet somehow, you're still here, still standing, still moving forward. Maybe not perfectly, maybe still healing, but still here. And perhaps that is proof that God has been helping you all along, even when you didn't realize it. So today, if fear has been speaking louder than faith, if discouragement has been draining your spirit, if anxiety has been stealing your peace, I want you to remember this verse. Not just read it, live it. When fear comes, remind yourself, God is with me. When discouragement comes, remind yourself, God is strengthening me. When uncertainty comes, remind yourself, I don't have to figure everything out today. Because faith is not having all the answers. Faith is trusting God even when you don't understand the process. So whatever you're facing right now, keep going, keep believing, keep trusting, because you are stronger than fear, and more importantly, you are not alone. Remember this promise, do not fear, for I am with you. I will strengthen you and help you. And sometimes that reminder is enough to keep moving forward one more day.